Hi guys and welcome to Drift My Ride. Today we've got Euan's R32 RB20 and it's turbocharged. Just before the episode starts, I want to let you know I finally got some Drift My Ride merch available. Head over to Craig Does Drift where you'll find hoodies, t-shirts and stickers. They're in sizes from small all the way through to 5XL. Everything is print on demand with international drop shipping, so you get your order through quickly and not have to wait for me putting it in the post. Anything I sell on the shop helps me make more content, and this shit's expensive.
Hey Euan,
Hi, good day.
how you doing?
Not bad.
Thank you for bringing along this icon.
Well, that's one. I wouldn't push it to that, but
Yeah, well, it is from a Nissan icon, the Skyline.
yeah.
But yours is a slight. You've done something different engine-wise than a lot of people. So I think we should probably start there because it's still a 6-cylinder, but a small one.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, most people when you talk to them about an RB20.
Yeah.
Certainly when you go online, the advice if you want more power out of it is pick it up and throw it away. And you know, when I bought the car, if you had the intentions of doing that, I guess it's okay, but I really just wanted something functional that worked well,
Yeah.
so stuck with an RB20.
And the RB20 is a 2 litre 6-cylinder, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not a very torquey one, which I think is why most people will bin it in favour of the 25, or if you can afford it, a 26.
Yeah.
I actually quite like it personally, and most of the stuff I've done to it has been for reliability's sake rather than power.
Yeah.
And
So is it a forged engine? What is it? Just a standard RB20? And do they come with a factory turboed, or are they?
This car's a GTS. The car was NA.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 150 horsepower, apparently, on paper.
Maybe when it left the factory.
Yeah, if you've driven an IS 200 and think that's gutless, an NARB is indescribably worse. I kept getting lots of running issues with that, and ultimately it turned out it was probably just going to be cheaper and easier buying a working 20 det with turbo motor.
Okay.
So got that out of donor car. And I really didn't do much to it, just sort of freshened it up, changed the timing belt, water pump, all that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
and threw it in. It transpired that it had an RB25 turbo on it, which is, I suppose it's more a period thing that folk would do. It was a cheap and easy mod to get a bit more power out of. Already had a front facing inlet that was on the NA. That's great because it just kind of removes a lot of the vacuum lines and the water lines.
Yeah.
Makes access to things easier as well, your injectors and fuel rail, so from a maintenance point of view it's a lot better. And then a VAG coil conversion as well, which gets rid of some of the really problematic coil pack issues that these have. Did a few days like that and it was great, probably about 240-50 horsepower. And then the issues started to come again, just not starting, running rough, and it's the CAS sensors on these are prone to go.
And that's that bit right at the front of the engine, isn't it? There?
It is, yeah. In their infinite wisdom, Nissan decided to use light and electricity to run a crank sensor setup.
Right.
So it's a cam and crank sensor in one, and they're just a nightmare. So ended up replacing that with a trigger kit, and then an ECUmaster black as well to run all that. So. Wound everything up a little bit, and it's sitting, I believe it's on the nose at 300, which is plenty. Like I say, I could have put bigger injectors in it, gone down the route of a top mount and another turbo, but I honestly don't care.
I'd like a car that works.
Yeah, pretty much, that's it. And the best mod is, you know, when you turn the key, the engine starts.
Yeah, that's quite. Yeah, I've got a few of those that don't have.
If you own a Nissan this age and it does that, that's a bonus.
Yeah, so. You're winning at life.
Yeah, every day is a good day. Because up until that point, this thing's done more miles in the back of recovery trucks and trailers than it has on its own 4 wheel. wheels, so it's just nice. It runs now and it works basically.
So you've got a working car, and this is also a road legal car.
Yeah,
you can drive this on the road. You know, it's that old Japanese interior. It just makes, it's just, you feel like you're somewhere special. Like these cool dials and that. So are they like, so there's hardly anything on, there's the indicators, then everything else is around the dash. It's super cool.
It's quite unusual to get used to when you're driving on the road, especially jumping for pretty much any other car. You know, you've got headlights and things, but like you say, it kind of makes it unique. Really, the only time certainly I've seen this sort of stuff is on Gran Turismo as a kid. So it's quite cool to now own it.
To now own one, and like it's even like you've kept the standard handbrake, so it's just like a little drift button there, so you can remove the stop. And then gearbox, is that just what is that like?
That's just the standard NA box. I don't know if there's a difference between the turbo and the NA one. It's okay.
Touch wood,
it's fine.
Good. We're all good. And then, like exterior wise, you just done sort of over fenders and things like that. What is the exterior kit? Or is it just a combination of stuff?
It's all just OEM. So that was kind of like that when I got it. The over fenders had been done, and it's just standard bumpers. GTST Type M side skirts. This is a rough set, and I've got a mint set that I might fit depending.
Depending on how hard you end up driving it, and then go,
that's it. It's the price of bits is getting scary now, so it's whether I trust myself. It's an N1 lip.
Is that the
little spoiler?
Yeah, the little, it's cool little dinky spoiler, isn't it?
You'd usually have the GTR one would go over that.
Oh,
it was sort of like the lower piece, but I quite like it as is.
What are the wheels that you've got on it?
Real ones on the front, fake on the back. So it's work CRs on the front. They're 9, I think they're ET20.
They look really similar.
Well, that was my logic. And then it's rotor torques on the back. They're 9.5 by, I think, again, ET20. But I do need to get them powder coated so they match. But they're close enough, I think, that most people just don't pass it off, so that's fine.
And what's the spec on the front do you run? Is there
I haven't really done much to this suspension wise since I bought it. It's extended front arms. I think it's S14 arms with another 20mm or something.
That'd be about standard.
The front camber is ridiculous because there's non-adjustable top arms on it, so it's like -9 or something. It is too much.
Tyres don't last long.
No, it's too much. So I've got offset Driftworks spacers to try and deal with that because it was over binding. So there's not really much fettled about with that. The rear's got the high-cast lockout kit from Driftworks. It's done properly and it's all sort of poly-bushed and things. But there's nothing fancy. It's all standard knuckles and stuff. I don't really like extended lock. I prefer the feel. So
have we missed anything else out on here?
Probably the one thing that is, well, I suppose a little different from what a lot of folk with Skylines tend to do these days is everybody seems to be rushing to keep engine components OEM and things, and the amount of money you'll spend doing that with the components is just crazy. So one of the issues I had was steering related. Horrible overbind, and eventually I figured out one of the steering pumps I had died. You're talking £300-400 for a second-hand RB steering pump. So the obvious thing is, of course, you go Astra, you go electric. Fitted that in, and then realised that the standard RB alternator is 70 amp. So it
not very
just
much.
Doesn't do anything. You choose between fuel pump or coil packs or steering. So managed to get an L200 alternator fitted on as well, which you saw earlier, but bolts up with a spacer and a bigger pulley. So it's it's finding bits and pieces like that.
And your pulley it's a proper performance mod, isn't it?
It's off a Whipple or something.
Supercharger pulley
it
on
works. I mean, 160 quid for an uprated alternator that now runs the steering beats £700 with an RB stamp on it.
Well, should we go and see how well it works?
Absolutely.
I'm super excited to drive something. I haven't driven a Skyline with such. It's basically like, I'm sorry I'm going to say this, SR sized motor because it's a 2 litre, but similar kind of powers.
Get more torque out of SR. That's the worrying thing.
Well, let's go find out. You ready?
All good.
Have you been a passenger in this thing much?
A little bit.
Right. RB20 with a turbo. Oh! Oh, it's a bit sprightly, eh?
It goes. Well, that doesn't work. Don't bother.
What doesn't work?
Handbrake.
Handbrake doesn't work, okay. Woo! Let's get a little feel for her. And see what you say about the torque. I see what you say. Oh, I'm worried with all these tyres around. Let's see. And not having all that much lock. Right. So clutch kicking into everything.
Yeah.
I am.
You can't, I mean, that works a bit.
Oh, hang on. There's a handbrake there.
What? I never touched it. So.
Alright, hang on. Okay, right. We've got an extra 2. Oh,
You were getting it?
I was getting it. There's a lot of commitment in this car to make this do a skid.
Yeah.
But when it's on drift, it's beautiful. I have to say, it's not got a massive amount of power, which means it's quite difficult to just you have to clutch kick it to get it going, and there's not a lot of room here.
It's busy.
It's a bit busy outside these tyres, and I'm like, I don't want to.
Busy in here as well, because you've got a lot of shit going on at a lot of different timings. You're very reliant, I find, on the foot brake to deepen angles and things, and then get the weight off the back.
Yeah.
I say that I never
you never use this.
You can if you need it, I guess, but I certainly wouldn't rely on it.
Right. Well, we'll go for. We're going to try and do it without that.
Yeah.
And you reckon a bit more foot brake coming into stuff?
Yeah, if you're finding it beginning to straighten or the back end needs a bit, try with the foot brake and get the weight off the back, and it should go.
Right. I'm just going for it. I'm worried about hitting those tyres, but I'm like, this car's too nice.
It's killing cones and golf there as well.
I'm cheating. I'm cheating.
That was it though.
I've done it. You know what? Thank you.
That's all
I'm
right,
going to
man.
smash this into tyres if I keep doing it. So yeah, that's it done. It is brilliant. I love it. But I need to kick the hell out of it, and I'm going to break your toy. I'm not going to break your
It's
toy.
not a beginner's car, is it? It's pretty brutal.
No, it's like, yeah, a few more, maybe if I had a day in it, it might be alright,
Yeah.
but I think we might just call it there.
Yeah.
Right guys, thanks for watching this. Please do the like, share and subscribe, and Euan, awesome car dude, thanks bud.
Cheers, man.